We are ready for the fun part. This is the report wizard. So whenever you need to create a report, this is where you will go. So first, you will click, first of all, here in Report Wizard, you will see any reports that have already been generated and what kind. You will click Create Report. You will click the student that you want to create a report for. You will make sure that the start and end date is correct. So also if you have like a standardized assessments or like session notes in there from say a year ago or 2 years ago, that maybe you've auto added some standardized assessments that were done 2 years ago, make sure that you change this here to reflect that, because it's only going to pull what it can find. Just for today, I'm doing that to make sure I have everything in here. Now it's going to say, okay, what do you want me to pull? What kind of information? Well, today I'm just looking to create an evaluation report for this student, this pretend student. So I don't want to use any of these, but appointments and session notes are there for you, especially for OT Wizard users that are using the scheduling system and that are actually documenting their notes, because then they'll be able to use that to create really fabulous progress reports and also use that as part of evaluation measures. Today, I'm not using either one of these, so I'm deselecting and closing. I'm deselecting session notes and I'm closing that. So now I've got to figure out which evaluations am I looking for. Generally, you're just going to choose one evaluation, but if it's a progress report, you may need to choose like your most recent evaluation or reevaluation, and then the one before if you want it to basically synthesize and compare results. Today, I'm just going to be using this demo one that I just created on the last video or whatever. So I don't really know what kind of results I'll get, because Han Solo is a pretend student, so there's not going to be any clear clinical picture, but also because the demo use of OT evaluation is not a real evaluation. It's very, very short. And so it's probably going to get me a lot of nonsensical stuff. But actually for today, we are going to use that. Well, you know what? Let's not. I have another one on here that was completed. I have another preschool evaluation that was completed in September for my pretend student. I think I'm going to use that because I think the results might be better. Down here on additional contacts, I'm not going to add anything. Also, if I had created forms or questionnaires for Han Solo, it would show me that down here, and I would be able to select that and or any standardized assessments, but it's not showing because there is nothing logged for this particular test student. So I have what I want, and so I'm going to go to configure report. Now it wants to know, okay, do you want a full evaluation report? And you can read what each of these means. Do you want a shortened one? Are we doing a progress report, which we're not? We couldn't do a progress report just for an evaluation. So some of these wouldn't apply. And then also of importance is, what's your target audience? Who are you giving this report? Do you want it more of a medical, more for the school IEP team? You want something very parent friendly or more teacher focused? So for today, I'm going to show you what a full evaluation report would look like with the medical. So I'm going to go ahead and click generate AI report, and then it's going to take, usually up to 2 minutes, and it could take longer depending on how many different reports and evaluations and things that it's synthesizing. But the shorter amount of things will take a lot less time. So you can also, you don't have to wait. You can go out of here and you can come back to it. You don't have to worry about losing it, but just remember, you don't want to keep click, because it's working as fast as it can. If you stay here on this screen, it will just open up when you're done, but also will show you, like for Report Wizard, these are other ones that have already been done. You can see right now it's working on this one. You can see the little working thing, but like for this one, this is an example of a full evaluation report for a baby who was, it's a baby test, 1 year, 7 months old, and what this looks like. The scoring bands, the information. Let's see what else is on here. We can see that there was a medical insurance one here. Here's a school IEP type one. So what you can do is when the report is generated, you can make any changes right into it. So you can, you just make changes right here, and then you can save it. And then once you're done with your revisions, you can upload it as a doc. What I like to do personally is I like to make any changes to especially take out or add in things that are critical. But sometimes we don't always use all of these goals for my therapy practice, but I really like to have those goals for later to look back at. So what I like to do is just make any critical changes here and then upload the document, and that also saves the formatting so much better, and then I can do whatever I need to do from here. Also, if I needed to translate this one, once you get to this point, you can do that in a different language. Let's see if the other one's ready now. Okay, so now Han Solo is ready. So we will look at what it says. And so this is his evaluation report. It's from medical insurance, and it's the full evaluation report. Again, you can make any changes right here just by clicking on it and going. It will tell you all the scores. It's going to give you the medical justification, the functional impact. All this is the same for any evaluation that you generate. That is this, like the full evaluation report. Now, if I wanted to also translate it, whenever I do that, it means I'm translating it into another language. It's always going to keep the original English version. The translation is more of an AI, and it's going to tell you this. So it may not be as correct as this one will be. So it's good because it'll still have the English one, so we can look back at it and be like, okay. So as AI gets better, this part will get much better. But again, this AI, when I'm letting you know that when it passes on the information to AI, it is not passing on protected health information. It is only passing along those scores and like the write-up. So let's see, let's go ahead and let's do French. That might be interesting. I do not know French, so I will have no idea whether or not it's correct or not. Okay, it is ready. It took about a minute to do that. And so you can see here, the view translation is original, or if you click French, maybe yeah, there we go. So this is read only. And so there it is in French. I don't know if anybody else feels like it's correct or if it's not. But you can see some of the formatting. We're still working on that a little bit, but it does preserve all of the original information and puts it into, a format that hopefully a French reader would have an easier reading versus the original. So again, we have several different translations, and once you're finished with your original translation or your original evaluation, you can go ahead and mark that you've reviewed it. You can save it, you can finalize it. I believe that after you click that, you can make changes in it. So it just means that you've reviewed it and all is well from your end. And anyhow, that's what the report wizard looks like. Bye.